What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XPR network today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. All right, here we are at about zero point 0.4 cents, 0.004, right around there, right? Still consolidating in the same area that you've been at. Hey, look at that. You're moving up a little bit even. This is weird, man. This is really weird. This is one of those times, and it's not common to do this, but it happens. It happens sometimes, where you break out of a range, right? You break out of a range and you essentially just kind of like move sideways. Like you just kind of do that. You don't really pick a direction. I do assume that you're going to go down at some point here, right? I need to delete all these things because it's too much noise. Probably delete that as well. Yeah, we're probably good there. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so XPR, yeah, 0.0039 right now, looking like it does want to. I mean, it's kind of looking like it wants to go up, but I'm not impressed by it. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it goes down. Bitcoin's going to go down, crypto's going to go down, everything's going to get a red day here pretty damn soon, man. 4-hour time frame. What are we doing on a legitimate exchange here? Baby KuCoin. What are we doing? Not a lot of volume, right? No volume at all, in fact. So I'm not impressed. I think you give this back. In fact, I'd bet that by the time most of you watch this, this candle will probably be red or it'll be more neutral. It won't be. It'll be like this. It won't be a green candle like this. I would love to be wrong. I don't think I will be, but time will tell. All honesty, this 4-hour RSI doesn't look half bad with this posturing here. But overall, if you take a look at the bigger picture, it definitely is more bearish than it is bullish. Your time above the 50 is short-lived in comparison to the time below the 50, right? Since you've been in this like consolidation phase right here, ever since this part over here. When you're moving up, not so much, but when you're moving down, now you're living below the 50. That definitely makes me think that you're going to go lower. You're getting higher highs in your RSI with lower highs in the price. It's not a good thing, man. It's definitely not a good thing. 1-hour time frame, yes, you might hit the overbought zone. It just depends. You got 30 minutes left in this 1-hour time frame. It wouldn't surprise me at all if it came back down. Let's look at the 15-minute time frame too. Yeah, it's just ripping. It's a ripperoo for whatever reason. If we look at this, we scope out a little bit, getting away from the more shorter term stuff. We scope out and we look at, maybe even scope out a little bit more. We look at where we are relative to this high here. High to low, we have hit the 1886, pulled all the way back to the 786, all the way up to the 1618. This thing is crazy volatile, man. It wouldn't surprise me at all if it did go all the way down to 0025. That's kind of my expectation as far as where I think you're going to go. It's perfect. It's right there at the 100 area, right there at the tip of this wick, right? Like literally right there, smack dab right there. Also where this resistance point was, resistance here, support there, somewhat of a significant area overall. And then I wondered too, if we take a high to a low, if this is significant on this fib here. Let's just see. High to low, pretty close to the 382. It's common to wick a little bit below the 382. Not so much when you're coming from the upside, but hey, it can happen. It wouldn't bother me at all. Maybe do something like this where yeah, you wick below it and you close back up above it. But I would definitely think that you go a little bit lower. I don't want to see you close below this week here. I would like it if when you go lower, you don't close below that week there. Okay. If you do, it's not a problem, but it would just look better if you didn't. Let's just leave it at that, okay? I don't think that you'll go below this low. You might not even hit this low. For all I know, you might actually bounce right off the 382 itself. So I'm going to call for, you're at 2039451 right now. I'm going to call for a price around 202557 to 2030772. Somewhere in that area there, between the yellow line and the white line. That's what I think is going to happen. You're going to move down a little bit. And then whenever it's time to shine, whenever it is time to move up, we're expecting a move that takes you somewhere between about 3 cents and I think it was 4.4 cents, right? Is that not right from this high to low here? Come on now. 3.3 cents essentially to 4.45 cents. Yeah, something around there. It is possible you could go higher. It is completely possible that you could run all the way up to about 10 cents. I have a harder time seeing that, but it could happen. It really could happen. If you were to go down to this 382 at least, right, that's kind of the minimum expectation, and you hit the minimum expected target there, that's almost an 11x move there to potentially a 14x move from the current price. Not financial, I'm not a financial advisor, but it's probably a great time to buy, honestly. Even with the presumed downside move that's going to come, your maximum target is over an 11x. Your minimum target is at about an 8.7x. Yeah, perfect time to DCA. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. And maybe it's not the most ideal time. Maybe it's not the most perfect time, but relative to this, you had a pretty serious discount. You're down like more than 60% from your high. So, you know, if you have no XPR, it's probably a better idea to get at least some of it, even at these levels. But don't take my word for it. If I was looking to buy this thing, and I would wait for lower prices, not buying here. So, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. But if I were to buy here, I don't have a problem with it. You know, it gets a green light, maybe even a yellow light, I would say. But if it were to go lower, and it can go lower, that would be the green light area, something at about 0.0030772 to 0.0025570, somewhere in that area there, right? That's what we're expecting to happen. Whenever it does come time for new all-time highs, I have no problem believing that you'll see 17 cents, 80 cents, prices above $1, $2, higher than that, right? What's this thing's market cap real quick? XPR. 107 million. Yeah, this thing could 100x. It could 500x. It could quadrillion x. Probably not, right? But it could. It genuinely could 500. It could even maybe 800x from here. Not financial advice. Not a financial advisor. I don't think that it goes to 800x. I'm just saying 80 billion is kind of the limits of what we see whenever things do pop off and do see like that maximum hype in a bull market, right? If they start from these low levels, that kind of possibility is a possible outcome. Shiba Inu is a great example of that. That was just a meme coin, let alone what this thing's got going for it. You know, I'm not saying that it has to happen. I'm just saying it could happen. If I was expecting 800x, I think I'd be a bit crazy. But accepting it as a possibility just makes me a realist. Okay. Really, what I think is going to happen is you probably see something between a 100 and a 400x from here, something in that area, maybe more than that. It's very possible. A 100x would put you at about 40 cents. A 400x would put you at about, what would that be, $1.60? So maybe not $2.67. I guess I got a little bit overzealous there, right? 100x would put you at 40 cents. So yeah, maybe not there. Maybe something between about $80, not $8, damn. $80 to, I don't know, man. 80 cents. Why do I keep saying dollars? 80 cents to $1.33. It's hard. It's actually pretty damn hard to say because we don't have any we don't have anything that's like good to go off of from last cycle. I don't feel good about this high. I mean, we could take that high, but I feel like it's irrelevant. This is the high to low that I want to measure from. And oftentimes, cycle after cycle, you do go from your 1618 to your 2272 zone. I have a hard time seeing you go all the way up to your 2272 though. Let's just make sure I'm doing this right. So I could have sworn, maybe I'm just getting it confused with a different one, but I could have sworn it was going to be worth more than $2. No, I mean, it could be 267 is possible, but that's reaching, man. That's reaching the limits of it. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying I wouldn't necessarily expect that. So I'm gonna change my words around. I think 80 cents to maybe like $1.60. That's what I would look for by the end of the cycle. Meanwhile, on this next move, whenever we do move up here, it's going to be something around about 4 cents, just below 5 cents, 4.5 cents to 3.3 cents, somewhere in that zone. And we'll probably see that by the end of May, if not earlier, right? But before we do any of that, a little bit lower, down to 0.0030772 to 0.0025570, somewhere in that area. Find support there, move on up. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.